right there, right? So 100% of that energy is hitting that BTU meter.
All right.
Following me on that?
Makes sense so far.
So when you put your hand in front of it, it's like a wall, right? Blocks it,
Got it.
okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through a timeline here of glass, right? So this was the OG, single pane, just protecting me from the rain and the elements, right? Not too terribly efficient. 82% of that energy is still coming through. Put your hand right there, do you feel that?
Yeah,
Right,
I
you
do.
still feel the heat coming through there.
Yes, I do.
Then in the mid-30s, they said, well, 2 was probably better than 1, right? All right, still just get air in between there. So it helped it out a little bit, but still 67% coming through there. Feel that? It's a little better, right? But not too terribly efficient, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the 50s, they started messing around with different metals, right? So this is called a hard coat low E. There's a thin layer of tin on the outside pane of this, the inside of the outside pane of glass, and it acts as a reflective nature to kind of bounce those UV and UV rays out. Helped out a little bit, but there's still only air in between these two things, right? So a little bit better, but not efficient, right? Then we get up into the 80s, and this is when they started messing around with argon gas. Do you know what argon gas is?
I've heard it, but I have no idea what it is.
All right. Argon gas is an inert gas, clear, odorless, tasteless, non-poisonous, but it acts like an insulator. So I always think of, you know, say you have an empty swimming pool and you ran across it, but then you filled that pool with water. How much harder would it be to run across that? That's what it does with the heat and cool in between these two panes of glass. And then they started messing with silver oxide. So this has 2 layers of silver oxide plus the argon gas mix in between. And you can see what that does. Dramatically, right? So only 14% of that energy is coming through that at this point once we introduce argon gas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do we got here? 2, 4, 6, 7 panes of glass.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? 4?
Still
Still 4 going through there, right? But I don't think it's, you don't want 7 pane glass. That'd be pretty heavy, right? We developed what's called our high performance smart sun. So the one we just showed you has two levels of 2 layers of silver oxide. This actually added a 3rd layer of silver oxide plus the argon gas mix. And when we do that, 1% of that energy comes through. You can put your hand right on that. So what the silver oxide does, it acts as a reflective nature of the silver oxide. It blocks out the harmful UV and UV rays. So you gotta think in the summer when that heat's blasting on your windows, it's reflecting that back outside, keeping your house cool. Now it does the same thing in the winter when your heat is on, it's hitting those windows, radiating back into your home, keeping the house comfortable in the winter and keeping the cold elements out. A lot of different effects, right? Energy bill. Department of Energy says 54% of all of your energy bill every month is dedicated to heating and cooling your home. 25 to 30% of that energy is wasted due to inefficient windows and doors. That's not broken glass, that's just technology over time, how it's evolved, right? Also, you told me earlier today that you put an HVAC unit 2 years ago. Imagine how many times this thing is clicking on, clicking off, clicking on, trying to keep up with that thermostat on the wall because your windows are inefficient, right? So the longevity, making sure that investment that you put into your home lasts the longest it can. Now it is reflective in nature. Go ahead and put your hand right here. Can you feel that over there? Right, that blocking off of that. Now feel this, now watch out, it's a little hot. Feel it? Now feel this side.
Cold.
Right? That's our smart sunglass, okay? And be careful, don't put this on here for more than like 3 minutes, it will crack. It gets too hot. I had one guy cracking in our training class.
Oh,
He
shit,
kept
really?
talking and talking, and all of a sudden, pop, broke the glass. This is still a heat lamp, it's very hot. So, and then, you know, I get into, you know, this is how we seal it, right? Do you understand how the glass works, George?
Yeah, I get it.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? So what glass do you think you want in your home? You want our low E4 that blocks out about 84%, or did you like the smart sunglass?
What's the difference in price?
About $20, $30 a window right here.
Yeah,
Perfect. All right.
$20.
How we seal our glass is different than others. We use one continuous stainless steel ring all the way around. Trap that argon gas mix in with 3 different layers. We have a silicone seal, an albutyl seal, and then we also have a seal that goes around the window frame itself. So that's 3 layers of protection. Over 20 years, less than half of 1% of all of our windows and doors that are installed experience seal failure. How does that sound?
Sounds complicated.
Sounds complicated? Yes, it does. But do you want to experience seal failure?
No.
That's what you're dealing with now with foggy windows, inefficient, right? We're gonna prevent that, and we're gonna give you a 20-year warranty on the glass, preventing seal failure from happening.
So the glass fails and the seal failure, you guys will come out here and fix it?
20 years, parts and labor included.
Yeah.
If you go with your Pella quote, after 2 years, it's $150 for that Pella guy just to walk through your door.
After 2 years.
After they give you a 2-year service warranty. Every other company gives you a 2-year service warranty. $150 just for them to come through the door before they diagnose a problem, before they have to order a part, before they have to install it. $150 every time. Ours is no cost. 20 years, frame and glass.
We take it all once.
Yeah, we do take it all.